Okay, thank you. My name is Martin Booth. I'm the Business Development Officer here at the Sunderland Bangladesh International Centre. My job today is just to welcome you and to introduce you to the people who are going to be talking to you. I just want to say a couple of words about the project though, because it was something that I helped to create in writing and rewriting the funding bit to the Heritage Lottery Fund. Based on an idea that came directly from members of the Bangladeshi community who wanted to research their own history, and the funding that we obtained has enabled us to do this. And today, you will see the outcome of that, or some parts of the outcome of that. We have much more material that we can share with you today, but we will share with you the highlights of it. So this evening we're going to, first of all, we're going to invite Alderman Michael Arnott from the City Council to say a few words of welcome. And then we're going to invite, after that, the Chair of the Centre here, Syed Khalid Miah, will say a few more words of introduction. And then there are four more members of the local community here who are going to say a little bit, small amount, we told them, about their life in Sunderland. And then we will move on to the outcomes of the work, the project, and Janette Hilton, who has helped us a great deal from Living History North East, will say something about the importance of oral history. And then we will be able to look at a small extract from the hour-long video that we've produced, which is available on the website. It's on YouTube, you can download it, watch it, it's good viewing. And then finally, we should get to the end and we'll put some refreshments you can all look forward to. Okay, Alderman.
The Mayor, good afternoon everybody. The Mayor and Deputy Mayor have asked me to pass on their apologies as they are both unable to attend. However, as Honorary Alderman of the City of Sunderland, I'm delighted to be with you all for this exhibition. Sunderland Bangladesh International Centre provides a venue for social and cultural events, meetings, training, as well as being used by a range of voluntary and public sector organisations as an avenue for their activities. In addition, the centre runs a range of projects and services that meet local needs. Originally started to meet the needs of the Bangladeshi community in the city, it has supported and developed work that has promoted the integration of all black and minority ethnic communities in Sunderland into the mainstream life of the city. The centre has always stressed that it is open to all and that its mission is to serve all communities irrespective of their ethnic origin, culture or religion. An example of the sterling work driven by the centre is the Our Roots, Our Journey, Our City programme, which charts the history of Sunderland Bangladeshi community. The project reveals how their early life in Bangladesh contrasts with their current lives in Sunderland. When the Bangladesh community arrived in the UK, they mainly worked in manufacturing industries in the Midlands. As their confidence level grew, so did the need to develop enterprises and become self-employed. Sunderland was identified as a city where such a venture could be made possible. Thanks to those brave pioneers, the Bangladeshi community have played a key role in the city's arts and culture, economic development, sports and leisure, providing valuable advice and information rights through to festivals and events, which brings us to tonight. Through oral history testimonies, this project has allowed the community to tell their personal stories, their experiences and challenges, and their hopes for the future. This will allow future generations in Sunderland to understand the journeys their forefathers and foremothers made, and help all of Sunderland to learn about the valuable contributions Sunderland diverse groups have made to the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that fine introduction, Alderman. Now,
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon to everybody today in this room. I welcome our guest, the Deputy Mayor, Michael Arnott, and distinguished guest, the Chief Executive of Sunderland City Council, Abdus, and our City Councillors, and the prominent Bangladeshi business persons in these rooms. Our most important member of the communities, and this presentation and launch of our project, our route, our journey, and our cities. It has been my pleasure to be involved in this project and as the chair of this committee and the previous committee as well. And we have been successful scoring funding from the Heritage Lottery Fund to do this piece of work. This project has begun in 2015 when we appointed Luke Armstrong to lead this project, as begun in 2015. After the 14 months, we have explored the history of Sunderland, Bangladeshi community that lived in Bangladesh before they came to the United Kingdom. The reason we are living in choosing to this Sunderland, the experience and challenge along the way. Many participants have helped with this project by giving their time and providing their stories through interview. To bring us to this point this evening, over 40 interviews were conducted and many more could have been done, but due to the time constraint and the funding restriction, we had to limit the interviews. I take the opportunity to thank our elder, who is no longer with us today, choosing the city of Sunderland 50 years ago. Mr. Syed Miah, late Syed Miah, late Muhammad Abdul Matins, late Syed Abdul Rashid, Syed Miah, and many others. But today in our event, there is some elder, respectable member of the communities, Syed Jamal Miah, Syed Abdus Salam, Raja, and Syed Afruz Hussain, and others. We worked very hard to establish this center, which is we are proud of ourselves. At the present, we are now sitting in this wonderful center. We all work very hard, not ourselves only, the funder and the city councils and many others people involved in others businesses. They all help us to establish this nice and best center in Sunderland cities. Now, I hope you are all here today to see our route, our journey, and our city, how we came to Sunderland. We all displayed our back homes, how we living there, and how we passed our childhood. Many members in this hall today, the interview very nice, and I'm really very glad to them. And I hope you will enjoy this evening and we're listening in our more speaker. I hope before end this event, I will come back again. Now, thank you to the media to pass this message to all over the world, how the Bangladeshi community in Sunderland living and how we pass our time with the greater community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Now, we have four other gentlemen. You know who you are? Syed Jamal, Miah, Syed Afruz, Hussain, Syed Abdus, Salam, Hapibur, Choudhury. You're all here?
Yeah, all here.
Okay, well, do you want to come up here, please? You want to say a few words, is that right?
So, the one after one is better.
Yeah, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to see everyone. The governor coming here. I'd like to thank everyone. Thanks very much everyone for coming here. Also, I would like to thank those who have arranged this. Our roads, our journey, our city. It is first of all we came in this country in 1960-64. That time, then before this country, that time I was in Dhaka, the Honorable, the Queen Elizabeth visit that time to Pakistan. Then we are living in East Pakistan. That time we visit the Honorable Queen Elizabeth. That time we did the Dhaka. When she returned from Dhaka, there used to be a work culture, and we came so many persons from the Syrian who came by the work culture in India. After coming here, we worked somewhere in factory or somewhere else. Then we chose the Sunderland, very nice place, and there is one restaurant for Mr. Khalid, and he give chance most of the partner give chance to work there and steady work. One by one coming here to open something, a restaurant somewhere, and then we like to settle in Sunderland. And from 1971, from 72, we continuously come to Sunderland, and we like this place. Still we are in Sunderland, long time. Then most of the friends they will tell most of things in the Sunderland. Now, again, I give thanks to everyone and also good luck to everyone. Thanks very much.
Yes, yes, yes. So which one are you?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Mr. Syed Jamal, Miah. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. My name is Syed Jamal Miah. I welcome everybody this evening in our Bangladesh International Community Center. And first of all, I like to thank this center
committee to organize tonight's events is wonderful and very good, and I hope they will do this in future, whoever come to the committee as well. And came in Sunderland from Syedpur, Bangladesh in 1963, and I was in Birmingham, Kidderminster, Leeds, all over the place. Then after all 1970, I come in Sunderland and live there until now. And I'm retired here, and my families and all the relatives are following us to join in Sunderland. One thing I can tell, Sunderland is wonderful, and people of Sunderland is wonderful, friendly, and we also work here in the restaurant and other sector as well, in the council. All the people are very friendly. We found them very good. Odd one or two, everywhere you can find, but this is not countable. So I'm pleased to live here. One thing is Syedpur and Sunderland is similar, because this Syedpur is also start with S, and Sunderland also start with S as well. So that's why I found the Sunderland is very, very good to similar in Syedpur and Sunderland. So I would like to thank everybody here to join us in this center and give us the welcome as well. So I also thanks everybody to come and join us here, and please live long life in here. Thank you very much.
So next, Abdus Salam.
You can see your.
Okay. Sayyid Abdus Salam, welcome.
Hello, yes. Good evening to everybody. I'd like to thank our honorable guest, Deputy Mayor, and our chairman, and all other honorable guests as well, and also all the attendants. My name is Abdus Salam Raja. I came to England in 1959 in London. I started my life in London, and then on the end it is Sunderland. So when I finished my study in Bangladesh, I did my SSC examinations, and I had a little service as a school teacher, primary English school teacher. Then eventually I fly to the England. I come into the England when the people start come. So I've been to in London, in Chelsea, and the kindergartens, and I worked there. Then eventually I moved to Kidderminster, and I worked a long time in there. Then at the last, I moved to Sunderland in 1975. I found the Sunderland is the best for me, and I started my business here. I first started maybe the second Indian takeaway in this area is a curry express. Then I did many other businesses, about 8 or 9 businesses here, and I found Sunderland is a suitable place to live for us. Then I worked for this community center to found in year 2000. This center is a found. So it's a lot of change in Sunderland now. The Sunderland became a city now. When I came in this town, but now it's a city. So I wish to Sunderland have a bright future and bright development and more development. Maybe I wish to say, before I say this is community center and the meeting, I like to see one of the best seaside city. And I also call in this city, when I'm going somewhere else, I say some city. So where are you from? Some city, Sunderland city. So I like all our guests in here for tonight, and that's all. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, finally, One more?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you need the chair.
Assalamu alaikum. Bangladesh is a country of great natural beauty, full of lakes and rivers. It is very densely populated and has lots of cities and villages. Sylhet in particular is a region with lots of famous villages and mountains. One of these is the village of Syed, which sits on the river Magura and is famous for its highly educated population. Most of the people are descended from Saint Shah Shamsuddin's lineage. The well-respected Muhammad Abdul Mateen was born here. He was a rich, giving social worker and a polite and kind individual. His family and ancestors are all educated and knowledgeable. He came to England in the late 50s. Within a short amount of time, he had opened one of the first Indian restaurants in Sunderland, called the Melting Pot. One of the first called Melting Pot, which was located in the town center. He then created the Melting Pot Group, consisting of the father, two restaurants, the Shagorika and Motiraj, as well as two takeaways, the Abdus and Jamal. In 1980, he went to visit his homeland of Bangladesh, but suddenly passed away in his village of Syed from a sudden heart attack. Without the success of Abdul Mateen, there would be no platform of other Indian businesses in Sunderland. He was the shining star of his generation. কিংবদন্তি আব্দুল মতিন ব্যবসা জগতের এক নীল ধ্রুবতারা, সান্দারল্যান্ড তাকে ছাড়া আধুরা. After his death, his eldest son, my husband, Muhammad Shaikh Rahman, took over his inheritance. I myself came to Sunderland with my family in 1986. I'm very proud to live in such a great city and to be part of such businesses. I'm also very proud to have been the head teacher of Sunderland Adursh Bangla School for the past 15 years. Time has flown by since its opening on the 30th June 2001. This was the dream of the Bangladeshi community of Sunderland, for there to be a school where the children could go to learn the Bangla language. Our mother tongue was regarded sacred enough to die for during a battle with Pakistan, and it is imperative that it is continued and shared within our community in Sunderland and all over the UK. It is our responsibility to keep and uphold our mother tongue, and this is well served taught the Bangla school. It has been highly celebrated over its 15 years, receiving award from Channel S. The school has performed at Gateshead, Newcastle and Darlington. To teach Bangla culture, there are two divisions into the classes. One is informal and one is formal. The school is open on a weekend and there are 5 teachers, including myself, Hapibur Choudhury, Syed Musaddiq Ahmed, Syed Shazno, Syed Mushahid Ahmed and Mirza Raihan. I thank all the teachers for their voluntary service over the past years, especially those of us that has been with the school since the beginning, myself, Syed Musaddiq and Syed Shazno. We feel proud to be able to do this for our children and our mother tongue. Thank you to the project manager and the team at Sunderland Bangladeshi International Community Center for running such a wonderful project. I feel delighted to have been a part of it. Before I finish, I would like to read a translation of a Bangla poem that I wrote myself. Orake, do you know who they are? They are Salam, Barkot, Rafiq, Jabbar. They know how to respect their motherland and mother tongue. That's why when Pakistan decided our mother tongue should be Urdu, they fought against it. In front of Kajan Hall, they started to fight and fight. They sacrificed their lives for their mother tongue. We will never forget them. We will always remember them. They were brave, they were heroes.
Thank you very much. Now I understand that we have an additional speaker. Chief Executive of Sunderland City Council, has agreed to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I've just been asked to come up and say a few words, so I'm going to keep it very brief. I'd just like to say what a huge pleasure and an honour it is to be here with you this evening. Since I came back to Sunderland, I first worked in Sunderland in 1977 until 2002. So I worked for a quarter of a century, 25 years, and then went to work in South Tyneside and then in London, and now I'm delighted to be home. I was involved in the very early stages of the development of the Bangladesh Centre when I was here the last time, and it's a huge privilege to come back this evening and enjoy this evening with you. I think that I'm looking forward to seeing the exhibition. I haven't seen it yet, but to hear those words of such pride in Sunderland, a city that I am incredibly proud of, is very heartwarming. Can I just say on behalf of the other guests who are here, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing the exhibition and let the story continue. Thank you very much.
Now we're going to ask Lieutenant Hilton, who has been on our side all through this project, helping us and guiding us, to talk about all the way through its goals and also, I'm sure, a bit about this project.
Hello everyone, it's a real privilege to be here tonight, so I want to thank our guests, and I just want to say a few words. I won't keep you too long. We've had some wonderful words from some wonderful guests today who are in a better position than I am to speak about the Bangladesh community, quite frankly. But I'd like to start by mentioning some of the people who made this project possible. Firstly, obviously, the community that we are in today and the community it represents. I'd like to make a special mention for Luke Armstrong, who was the project lead and supported the project, but is now currently at Glasgow University doing his PhD, so he can't be here with us, and he was a great asset for this project. I'd also like to thank RAM and Young Asian Voices, who were part of the project and that allowed us to become involved with the young people of the community, who were an absolute privilege, and we enjoyed working with those young people at the project. We also had the support of David Kane and his wife Angela, who the lady who's just spoken about language, that's been for me, I think, one of the big revelations around this project was around language and how complex that understanding of that language and the issues around language can be. So I want to thank those people. And finally, Heritage Lottery Fund, who are here tonight for actually funding this project. I've been recording oral histories on a personal level for over 30 years within the city of Sunderland and the region. So I've spoken to quite a lot of people in my time and had the privilege of talking to some marvellous and wonderful people who are no longer here. But as Project Director for Living History North East, we've been doing that as an institution and organisation for over 20 years. And in those 20 years and my 30 years of recording people's memories and personal testimonies, I've been very aware that this community was missed, was always missed. The testimonies and experiences of a community that's well established for over 50 years to not have a voice is very important. So originally when I spoke to Abu, who's the project manager here, a few years ago about the idea of this project, it kind of never went anywhere. And one of the reasons probably for any community to deliver oral history project, it has to begin here. It has to begin at the roots of a project, the roots of a community. And I think that's one of the reasons why this project has been really successful. It's been a very important project for the city. It's the beginning, I think, of a story. The outputs are exceptional. There is a website. All of the recordings and the testimonies are on the website. I'd just like to say that of all the work I've been involved in a very brief moment in time, because me and Luke just made the website live on Friday. Some of the interviews were already on YouTube, and they've had hundreds and hundreds of hits, international hits, about people who want to listen to the stories of this community. We've never experienced that before in my work and career, recording people's memories. So the contribution this community has made has been to create a voice that is empowering for this community and for this city. And the speakers prior to myself have talked about pride. And pride is something we all share about community. And I wasn't involved in the recordings. Luke and Terry here did all of the recordings, and some other volunteers. But the one thing when I listened to some of the interviews was the sense of pride about Bangladesh, their community, and the pride of being part of a Sunderland community. It was really evident. And I think that's something we all should be proud of, that we share within that diversity a commonality that allows us to celebrate who we are, that diverse identity, but we can share some common threads. Probably finally, I'd just like to say that out of this project, hopefully it's just a beginning, and as already mentioned by the lady who's said it wonderfully well around the language and the diversity of that, that we may be able to explore other options and projects, because we really felt that this was just the beginning, that we heard some of the stories, but maybe not all of the stories within the 40 interviews. But I'd like to say what a privilege it was for me and for my organisation to be part of this project. And I would like to thank you for that opportunity, and hopefully we can continue to work together. We'd like to share with you one of the outputs of the project was nearly a 60-minute recorded DVD from the 40 interviews. There was a compilation edited. We'd like to share with you a 15-minute snippet that will tell a small segment of the journey from Bangladesh through to really the hopes of the future and people's lives here in Sunderland, which we've already slightly heard about. So if we can ask for maybe some of the lights down, and Terry could start.
দোয়া করি আল্লাহ রসুল।
সৈয়দপুর একটা ঐতিহ্যবাহী গ্রাম। সৈয়দপুর প্রায় 750 বছর আগে কৃষ্ণপুর নামে পরিচিত আছিল। শাহজালাল রহমতুল্লাহ আলাইহির সফর সঙ্গী শাহ সৈয়দ শমসুদ্দিন রহমতুল্লাহ আলাইহি যখন সৈয়দপুর গেলা, তখন সৈয়দপুর যাওয়ার বাদে ইসলাম প্রচার করলা। ইসলাম প্রচারের শুরুটা কি তাই সৈয়দপুর, এই নামটাই সৈয়দপুরের, তখন তাকে নাম শুরু হয়েছে সৈয়দপুর। সৈয়দপুর আলিম উলামা গ্রাম, কবি, সাধক, সাহিত্যিক, রাজনীতিবিদ। সৈয়দপুরও জন্ম লইছেন অনেক মনীষী হল, রাজনীতিবিদ হল, যারা যেমন আমাদের পূর্বপুরুষ যারা আসলা। এর মাঝে একজনের নাম যারা জেলিমুল ইসলাম নামে ছিলেন জমিলুল হক সাহেব। আরও অনেক 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 খ্যাতিমান পুরুষ এই গ্রামে জন্মিছেন। বিভিন্ন গোত্রর মানুষ লইয়া সৈয়দপুর গ্রাম। সৈয়দপুর শাহজালাল রহমতুল্লাহ আলাইহির 4 জন সফর সঙ্গী আওলাদ আছেন সৈয়দ এবং শেখ, খান, মির্জা, শিকদার।
I studied in a school, Syedpur local school, first in primary school, then I went to the junior school and different village, about 2.5 miles from our village. I walk every day, and naturally our village, actually 3 to 4 months was all over village, everywhere in the water. So used to use a wood boot. So in water time, I went to the school with boot, 5 of us sitting in the boot and ride ourselves. We go to school, and the dry time we walk through. Every day, 9 o'clock, I start work, take about half an hour to 45 minutes.
Obviously, I've only heard that, but a lot back then in the older days, a lot of the men were like teachers.
Yeah.
They used to teach.
My granddad was a teacher.
So my granddad was a teacher as well. So that's all I know. That's how they used to earn their living and bring it back.
My granddad used to work 3 hours in the morning to get to where he used to teach, and then in the evening he used to walk 3 hours back. So imagine.
The rainy season, it's interesting. The roads are a lot better now, but in rainy season you used to rely on boat. We used to go to about 5-6 months of the year. The transport system was using a boat to schools and markets, and going to one house to a different house. The transport was boat, but it has changed now. With the road work, I hardly seen a boat now.
I remember even first day when I went to school in Bangladesh, because first day I didn't know what to do, so all of my friends was copying the others, so I did the same, and the teacher knew I was copying, so teacher said, okay, very nice, but you write it yourself.
I can remember we only had 2 teachers, and the discipline was there, because if you misbehaved, you got caned.
We used to have a curry.
My father used to do farming work before he came to the England. We had a farm, like grow rice, and my father did farming work. In farming time, it take 3 to 4, about 3 months to make the field ready and put the rice on and waiting for the grow up.
we lived in extended family, so there was a lot of people, living in the same vicinity, what we call Barry, and there was a nice community spirit about the whole village. So people used to kind of, look after one another. So this is something I think is missing here.
Pakistan or Pakistan the Lord Mountain agreed to give the two countries, one part Pakistan, one part India. The large, big part India, so a small part Pakistan. Pakistan to kumbechi মানুষ নাই আমরা তো হইল 1947 তো আমার স্মরণ আছে তখন আমি বাইয়ার অফিসও বসে আছি আমার জয় হিসাবে আর আমার মনে আছে তখন সুনামগঞ্জের সমস্ত অফিসিয়াল উকিল ম্যাজিস্ট্রেট এরা সব ডে অফিস হইয়া জয়সন তখন তাকে ন্যাশনাল নিউজ ব্রডকাস্ট করা হইব যে কোন বেলা কোন মুহূর্তে পাকিস্তান স্বাধীন হইব পাকিস্তান স্বাধীন হইব তখন 47 তোর রাইট অ্যানাউন্স করা হয়েছে আমরা অনুবাদলাম বহুত মানুষ হাজারো মানুষ এখানে ক্রাউড আছে আরও পাকিস্তান ডিক্লারেশন হয়েছে বা রেডিওর মারফতে তখন টেলিভিশনের যুগ আছে না রেডিওর মারফতে তখন ওই হওয়ার পরে তো আগে ফ্ল্যাগ বানিয়ে রাখছেন চার তারা ফ্ল্যাগ চার তারা সাদা আর সবুজ নিশান আমাদের কওমি নিশান এই যে ফ্ল্যাগ বানিয়ে রাখছেন আর ওই সময় ডিআই অফিসও প্রথম ফ্ল্যাগ টাঙ্গাই লিছে আর আমারে কইছেন যে রাজারে লো আমি ছোট্ট তো তখন আমার বয়স হয়তো এখন 6 হইব 6 কি 7 হইব আমার খান্দর মধ্যে লইয়া তারা শোল্ডারের মধ্যে লইয়া আর ফ্ল্যাগ টাঙ্গাইছে স্টিং অবজা করাইছে খাক সারবাদ পাকিস্তান জিন্দাবাদ তারা কইছেন আর্মি ফ্ল্যাগ টানছি এটা মায়া হয়ে রাখি তারা যে করছে
He was in this country before my born. He was in Second World War, and this is the genuine history. The ship was destroyed, and most of people was dead. I think all of them dead, but only that one, he was alive, luckily. So after about 13 or 14 days, he told the history to us. Yes, found him in the nearest American coast, and he looked like a dead body. Taking to the town hospital and put it in the hot water to warm him up, and after sometimes he's get back to conscious and he's get life.
I was in Bangladesh. I was a young boy at that time, and that was the shocking moment of my life. That was really, really frightening moment of my life.
But there I want to worry, but that time I want to worry. A lot of people dead and fight,
Baba Shah রাজা ছিলা বোর গোবিন্দ
I was very pleased on that.
There are some really fantastic people in the city, whether they're at the university in terms of some of the international and homegrown students that we have, or whether it's in the communities that who have a vision of a future which I just think I want to be part of. So I think it's that's the battleground for me, is how we can make this a much more intercultural, interconnected, cohesive place. Partly so the little people, going back to don't look down, they look up, and they look up with pride at each other and where they're all going. Yeah, then job done, really.
We're all of children of Adam and Eve. We're all human beings. No colors and skin colors and languages doesn't make any difference. It's how better person you are inside toward your fellow human being. And how you love your things for your neighbor.
I like to say a few words in my own Sylheti language to everybody, and especially who not understand this. Sorry. আমি আপনারা সবার কাছে আন্তরিকভাবে দুঃখিত একটা কারণে, এই প্রজেক্টের মধ্যে যারা সিলেক্ট করা হয়েছিল এই ইংরেজ আছে। আমার অপিনিয়ন আছে যে যদি বাংলাদেশি কোনো বালা ইন্টারভিউ করা হয় তাহলে তার চাকরি হইলে বাংলাদেশি জানবা আমরা বাংলাদেশি, কিন্তু আনফর্চুনেটলি চাকরি করেছিল এখানে সম্পূর্ণ ভিন্ন জাতির, যে কারণে আমরা সান্ডারল্যান্ড গড়ে গড়ে বিচারা দেওয়া সম্ভব হয়েছে না। আর আরও ডিটেলস এগুলা দরকার আছে, অনেক ভুল ভ্রান্তি হয়েছে, কিন্তু আমরা পার্সোনালি আমি বা আবুসামা বা আমরা ম্যানেজমেন্ট কমিটির তারা ইন্টারফিয়ারিং করছি না বলতে লাগে, যেহেতু প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজার এই প্রজেক্টটা লাগে লিড করে দেয়, এবং আমরা মাতলেও তো মাইন্ড করতে পারবো বুঝতে পারবো যে আমরা একসঙ্গে মানতে না, কিন্তু না ঠিক নাই। এ জেলা 24 জন ইন্টারভিউ হয়েছে বাঙালি বলে বছর অফিসের এরা নাম আমরা দিছি আর অনেক ইন্টারভিউ লাগে, ইন্টারভিউ হইতো তাই হয়তো আজকে ইউটিউবের মাঝে গেলে এবং সারা বিশ্বের মানুষের গেলে এলাকি যারা নাম আইতা পাচ্ছেন না, ইউটিউবে গেছে না, ইন্টারভিউ হয়েছে না, ফান্ডও এরা পাচ্ছেন না। আমি আন্তরিকভাবে দুঃখিত, আমার ম্যানেজমেন্ট পক্ষ থেকে আপনারা গেছে, আমি চাইলাম যারা ইন্টারেস্ট আসলে ইন্টারভিউ দেওয়া গেছে না। আমরা এই সান্ডারল্যান্ড বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির অত্যন্ত পরিচিত মানুষ সৈয়দ সাহেব, মোহাম্মদ আব্দুল মতিন এবং আরও যারা যে কয়েকজন, শুধু দুইজন নাই, এই দুইজন প্রথম আমরা ফাউন্ডার অফ সান্ডারল্যান্ড যে এমিলা সৈয়দ এর ফলো করছেন মতিন মেশা বাইজন মেশা স্টুডেন্ট বারো আব্দুল রশিদ সাহেব আসলা আরও অনেক আসলা এর মাঝে অনেক নাই স্টুডেন্টের যাত্রা শুরু হয়েছে দিল্লি দরবার থেকে দিল্লি দরবার মেট্রিক বোর্ড অফ ইন্ডিয়া কারি এক্সপ্রেস কারি সেন্টার এই সমস্ত থেকে আজকে আমরা অনেক রেস্টুরেন্ট অনেক টেকওয়ে আমরা বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি যে অবস্থায় সান্ডারল্যান্ড আছি আমরা একে অন্যের সাহায্য সহযোগিতা করি আমরা একটা ঐতিহ্য আছে যেটা আমি প্রায় জায়গাত কই যে তিনটা রাস্তা আছে সান্ডারল্যান্ড ঢোকা এই তিন রাস্তা বা তিনটা গুলো ঢুকা যদি চায় সান্ডারল্যান্ড বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির খবর হইত তাইলে যে কোনো মানুষের তারে অন্তত 90% খবর রাখতে পারো এরকম মধ্যটা কোনো নাই আপনারা আজকে কেন যারা উপস্থিত আছেন প্রত্যেক ওই বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ মানুষ উপস্থিত তারা আছেন তারা আমাদের আমি তো তিন মুরব্বীর নাম বলছি সেগুলো আফরুজ হুসেন দাদাইনা সাহেব জামানিয়া সাহেব সামনে আছেন আমার আহমিয়া সাহেব সৈয়দ মইনুল ইসলাম ওরা কমিউনিটির হার্ড ওয়ার্ক করছে আমরা কমিউনিটি লাগি তাই তখন আমরা 13 জন সদস্যের মধ্যে তারা এই সেন্টার বানানিতে আমরা অংশ নিলাম এরা মাঝে মইনুল ইসলাম আমার মনে সবচেয়ে ইয়ংস্ট মানুষ ইসলাম তার অনেক অবদান আছে মুরব্বীর অবদান আছে ওই উপস্থিত আছেন আমরা ডাইরেক্টরও হই আমার বিভিন্ন সংগ্রহের আপনারা জড়িত আমি বিশেষ করে ধন্যবাদ দিই যারা বাংলা স্কুলে কাজ করছেন হবিবুর চৌধুরী মিয়ায় বাংলা স্কুলে আমার দীর্ঘদিন ধরে চলে 15 বছর ধরে তারা ভলান্টারি ওয়ার্ক করা আমরাও ভলান্টারি কাম করি কিন্তু তারা আমরা তো মানুষের ভোট পাইয়া ইচ্ছা করিয়া আমরা মানুষের কাম করবো আর তারা ভলান্টারি কাম করবেন মানুষ করার কারিগর লাগে আমরা আমি আন্তরিকভাবে ধন্যবাদ দিই এই সেন্টার প্রথম স্কুল প্রতিষ্ঠা হয় টিচার আসলা সৈয়দ হাপিবুর রহমান আমি একটু আগে এখানে ছিলাম জানি না আরও অনেক এরপরে দায়িত্ব এলো হবিবুর চৌধুরী বিহার গেছে প্রধান শিক্ষিকা তার হলো সৈয়দ মুসাদ্দিক বিগিনিং থেকে 2 এখন পর্যন্ত আছেন রায়হান শাহিদ আজকে আমরা উপস্থিত নাই নন্দন তাহলে আরও অনেক শিক্ষক আমরা চাই বাংলাদেশের কমিউনিটি আরো আগুয়ে নিতাম আজকে আমি চেয়ার আছি খাইলে আমি না করতাম পারি আপনারা যারা দায়িত্ব নিবা আমার অনুরোধ থাকবো বাংলাদেশের কমিউনিটির এই একটা অংশ শুরু করলাম আমরা আরও কন্টিনিউয়াসলি যাইব Now, thank you very much indeed, and I would like to conclude the formal part of this evening by taking a few minutes of your time to thank firstly all of you coming today to join us in our presentations. Thank you to Heritage Fund for funding the project, Living History in Northeast and their advisory support. Luke Armstrong, he is the main key figure of that project. He's not today with us because he's in hopefully he's in Scotland for his degrees. Now, the steering group members, especially Leslie Addington, who is worked for Bangladeshi community long time. She was teacher in Thornton School, and our Bangladeshi community, everyone, male and female, know the name. I'm very pleased today here from the police department. I would like to thank you to attend today in our celebration. This department helping, especially in the ethnic minority in Bangladeshi community, if any problem come to our community, they come straight and help us. And I hope that will go in continuously. Now, all through the staff of Sunderland Bangladeshi centers and the management committee, I'd like to thank all of you. You all work hard to come tonight. This event is not possible to success without our work and our help. So I thank Ram as well, especially Mr. Martin Gould. He is the person I believe we're going to continuously support by the many funders and working day and night to establish our rights. We work for the wider community. I like to request Chief Executive today, we have a plan to make this center bigger because we need, our community is more than 5,000 Bangladeshi in in Sunderland today. So we need big hall, more seating capacities, and more service providing to the community. And I hope you will keep your eye and your hand to the Bangladeshi community. End of my speech. Finally, I need to thank everyone. I can't explain the name of everybody, but I thanks to everyone to attend here. In the future, if we arrange the event like this, I hope you all support us and join like this. Thank you very much indeed. We have a small food we provide for everybody to test. One of our director, not only one, two of our director is a chef in the restaurant, and they are been many times in competition out of the Northeast. So they're cooking today, and I hope you'll enjoy. Thank you very much indeed.